What up, fam? Are you a fan of the Randoverse? Because I got Brickmania's Mary's Mop Chop and Munition. That's N Munitions, not ammunitions, but it's really supposed to be ammunitions, or play on words to sound like ammunitions. So it's Mary's Mop Chop and Munitions. It's this pink set right here. So if you're not familiar with the Randoverse, it's pretty much random minifigures put together by Lando. Now, it is a business economical thing to do, especially for Lego third-party companies when you have a lot of test prints or misprints, and there's a way to resell and not let it go to waste, because a lot of these prints are really cool in different colors, different variants. Brickmania, they add perfect calibers, accessories, so it amps it to a new level. Plus, they just look very apocalyptic. Other companies like Eclipse Graphics, Citizen Brick, they do the same thing too in their own way. Brickmania's is Lando's Randos, you know, from Lando himself, because they're random. If you don't get that, then I'm sorry. Brickmania started something doing annually, and that's creating little dioramas that can connect together. Last year, it was the Doomsayer's Brew Pub, which came with an exclusive hairpiece that was War Daddy's head and or hairstyle, you know, the slick back. And this one comes with, well, Dan Siskin's current hairstyle. You know, the dreads, you know, like kind of like this. So here is the black and white image. Now, I really like the pub and this set's front imagery because they already have good photography, but for some reason this really calls to me. I don't know why. I just really like it. Vehicle plate, Mary's Mop Chop and Munitions. See it? And Munitions. Funny. From the Brickmania Randoverse, designed by Mary Wilson. EKM 9020. Skill level 2 out of 5, so this should be relatively easy. The set contains 470 Lego brick arms and Brickmania elements, plus one custom minifigure. So here's the minifigure with the custom hairpiece, which mimics Dan Siskin's current hairstyle, and 2 more rooms, which you can add to last year's set. I need to clean this knife. Oh, Brickmania box. And like always, winners aren't born, they're built. Thank you for supporting Brickmania, Daniel, Siskin Commander-in-Chief. Oh, this is cute. I did not see this. Doomsayers with Oxygen Processors, Local 253, presents Fighting Robo, October 14th, 24 hours, oil for beer. I like that. This is a reference to last year's set with the Doomsayers Brew Pub and the robot fighting ring. And it's an image of the 2 robots. Blueprint instructions, easy to follow. It's Dylan. Damn, Dylan, you're 6'7". A lot of pink, which I am a fan of now because friends are awesome. A lot of printed pieces. So here are the 3D printed parts and perfect calibers, and then there's Dan Siskin's hair. Look at that tile. Finished. This is super dorbs. I don't know. I really do like the pink, and there's a lot that goes in here. I know this is a pricey set, but once you actually build it and see how much work and printing there are, I get it. I totally get it. Just like the last one with the pub, there is a lot of printing, there's a lot of detail, and you already know how much Brickmania prices are with one minifigure and a 3D printed piece. Well, there's a lot in here. Now, the exterior is one of my favorite parts because the one thing that I liked about the previous version was the writing or tag that Art Girl wrote on the outside. There are printed areas around the exterior of the building that add a lot of character to the set. Now in the front, we have the Mary's Mop Chops and Munitions sign with the simulated lighting in the front. Now, if you were to actually like this, I think it would look really cool, just like in the imagery, but I need to figure out how to do that and if I'm going to do that in general. So on this side, it looks like we have some posters that were slapped onto the wall with the Mach 10 posters slapped on first. And then on the bottom left, we have a Jack Stone. Reminds me of the, I forget the artist's name, but the Hope poster done for Obama and a bunch of other people. The fact that they use Jack Stone on here is actually really hilarious. And if you're familiar with that minifigure, well, then you can appreciate this poster sign. To the right of the Jack Stone poster, it looks like we had advertisement for the Mary's Mop Chop Ammunitions, or Munitions, Kaiju Problem. So below that, looks like we also have advertisement for the Doomsayer robot fight that you can find in the pub for the previous version of this. And my favorite part is this pink gray rat. So I love writing, or in other words, I love graffiti art. It's very street, it's very like where I'm from, and I love to see any rendition of it done well that doesn't look toy, and this is definitely one of them. So great job, Amanda. It looks really good and is one of my favorite pieces that's in this set. We also have a security camera and continued piping from the previous version, where if you were to stack this on top of the pub. Here is the pub. Now if you were to attach it to the top, the pipe continues from the bottom to the second floor. And if you wanted to use the gate, you could turn this down and, well, walk up from the bottom if you so choose to stack it on top, as opposed to side by side or any which way you would prefer it to be. I did notice something, that it is not level to the pub. It's actually a different height, and if you wanted it to be the same exact thing as across, it technically should have been the same height, so that way it's truly modular. So the fact that it isn't level is a downer, but it shouldn't be hard to fix if you truly wanted to do so. Upon entry of the salon, you see a robot cutting hair and do whatever it is you want to do in the salon. So you have a TV radio plus a comb right next to it, and you have these products that's on the wall, which we'll get into in a second. But if you were to turn around, you have more printed pieces, to include a little bowl to be able to wash your hands, cool little printed clock that has some texture to it, and it looks like a printed advertisement for Club Soda or sparkling water, which is called Club Lando. And that's what makes this really funny, is that these little prints took time and they're not one and the same. Everything's pretty different. So you have a Club Lando cup on the counter with a Randozyme pamphlet. You have Fluffle fire resistant shampoo, and I forget what's on the bottom of that one. It's also shampoo, but it's just as funny. Now if you were to open this door hatch, you have the secret entrance to be able to get into the gun shop or ammunition shop or whatever you wanted to call it. This is loaded with perfect caliber weapons and 3D printed helmets. So this is the counter that you walk right into, and it has a bowl full of grenades. Two different versions. I mean, I don't know my normal cases with grenades. I'm not the army who gets a badge for throwing grenades. You also have rounds in the glass case right below it. So on the wall behind the counter, you have 4 printed helmets. I think the one on the bottom left is the US tanker, I believe, followed by the SEAL fast helmet. Above is the fast helmet with the blonde ponytail that you got from the Norwegian troops that ASAP did. And then you have, I think, either a Viking or the Roman archery helmet. Actually, I don't really know. Is it the Viking helmet? Either way, going to the corner, you have the continued camera and this little lever, which I'm not really sure what that does. I think that's like a security lever you pull up. You have an MP40 that is pointing to the door in case something bad would happen. Oh yeah, there are printed targets on both walls next to the helmet and on this wall as well. When the doors close, there is another advertisement that you have for the Doomsayer fight in the pub. And to the right, you have 2 more perfect calibers. You have the 1928 machine gun and the RPG to the right of that. In the glass case, which would be really cool if you were lighted up, you have a AK-47 and then you have an M60, both perfect calibers, both custom printed, and it's something really cool to actually add to your own collection. Now, if I were to turn it this way, you can see the entire flooring is printed as well. 2 different textures. It looks like you have like a salon type of tiling, and then you have more of an industrial steel on the right side. Oh no, I dropped some grenades. That's not good. Now, as far as the minifigure goes, you have the given hairpiece and printed face that is consistent with every set that you get. The torso and the legs are different from piece to piece because, well, it is a Lando's Rando. The torso and legs that one person might get will not be the same as someone else. It will be very unlikely if they were to be exactly the same, but the head and the hairpiece are consistent with every single set that was off the line. And this is Dan Siskin's hair, well, at least currently, with his dreads and tied back knot like setup. Looking at these per the set were what brought it to life. Now everybody really wanted the hairpiece and face for Fury, for War Daddy. Now here you have Dan Siskin. Now if you want to make a sig fig of Dan Siskin, you have this guy right here. The 3D printed hair looks really good. It looks exactly like Dan Siskin's hair. There's really not much to say about it because that's his hair. The bandana though, I've never really seen him wear, but that's just me. Maybe he does wear that in person. Dan, if you do wear a headband like that, let me know. Now, side note, it would be really cool to challenge Brickmania to do one thing with friends. Now, the idea came from, well, this pink apocalyptic world, and what Lego Movie 2 taught us was to accept that Friends is okay. Now, for those of you who are already fan of Friends, well, it would be interesting to see Brickmania tackle a mini doll and make them look in the aesthetic of Brickmania, because why not? So I do challenge Brickmania to do one thing with mini dolls. Now, honestly, I really don't know how many of you would actually appreciate that, but for those of you that would, high five. So that is Mary's Mop Chops and Munitions. If you like Lando's Randos or apocalyptic worlds, this is a perfect set for you. A pricey one, but still a perfect set. Alright, so let me know what you guys think. If you made it with me all the way to the end of this video, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, like, comment, subscribe below, and I'll see you on the next video. Alright guys, peace. Oh, and happy holidays.